Good evening. When I streamed, I think it was last weekend, pretty much a week ago, I had said that I was going to do better in June than I did in May in terms of stream regularity. And then immediately the next day we had a family emergency, and this is literally the first I've been home since Wednesday. So I decided, even though I didn't have time to prepare anything, I decided I had to do a stream tonight. So we're just going to do the next city in my city tour. So we're going to do Chicago tonight. So after Chicago, we're only going to have two cities left on our Lego Architecture Cities World Tour. I like that series. If I ever have the budget for real Legos again, I'm going to go ahead and get those 13 sets and find a shelf to display them on, because I've really enjoyed doing this architecture tour. And it's hard to believe there's only 3 cities left before we finish this mini-series on the channel. And as much as I want to be back to a regular stream schedule for June, because of this family emergency, who knows what the next few weeks will bring in terms of when I'll actually be home and available to stream. I know this week I have theater tickets on Wednesday, so I'll be gone for a few days for that. So that'll get my mind off of things for a little bit at least. But let's go ahead and get started with Chicago. So first we're going to come over here into the browser. And this is what the Chicago model looks like. It looks like it's relatively simple. I only see like 5 structures here, and 2 of them are pretty small. Alright, so that's the Chicago skyline. So in this set, we'll be building the Willis Tower, the Cloud Gate, which I guess that's something that's in the front of the model, the DuSable Bridge, the Wrigley Building, Big Red, and the John Hancock Center. So let's just see if I can mentally. So that's Willis, Big Red. That's the bridge. That's the structure. Okay. Well, Wrigley is what it's called. So if that one is Wrigley, and it will remind me as we go on. And John Hancock must be this tall tower on the side. So let me go ahead and switch over to the studio, and let's get started. We have about 100 pages of instructions for this one. Actually, less than once I scroll past the international language educational pages. So we actually have about 90 pages of instructions. So we're going to start, as usual, with the base. And the instruction book doesn't say anything about bags on this one, so I'll probably save at buildings. So probably not going to talk too much because I want to focus on getting this done. Well, I want to enjoy the process too. I'll talk a little bit. I've never actually been to Chicago or any of the other cities. The only city in this series that I've actually been to myself, the only city in the entire series, is New York, which we did a while ago. So yeah. Now, if I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a bonus stream tomorrow. But if there's a chance that I won't be home tomorrow, so if I'm not home tomorrow, then I won't be home again until next weekend. I know that for sure, with everything going on. There's definitely some some programs I want to start doing on stream, but I've had to keep putting them off because I kept getting held back. I mean, wasn't planning on having not all the non-emergency overnights throughout May. Plus, allergies gave me a kick this year, so... Oh yeah, that's another thing that happened this past week. While the family emergency was going on, my state, my beautiful state, was attacked and invaded. I shouldn't say attacked, because it wasn't intentional, but my state was invaded. My state was one of several states in the American Atlantic region that was invaded by the Canadian wildfire smoke. And so I've been, on top of having this family emergency, I've also been very asthmatic the past couple days. It's interesting because the instructions right now seem to be like one piece per step, which means we're already 10 pages into the instructions, and we haven't even started touching anything that looks like Chicago yet. We're still on the base plate. It's interesting how they got the instructions set up for this one. And seeing as the instruction book isn't that long, it's entirely possible that this may be a quickish build. Ish being the key word in that statement. Or key syllable? Maybe? Sorry. Choice of words is something that I'm barely processing this week because of everything going on. Let's just say that a family member is in the hospital and lucky to be alive right now. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with all week. Not me personally. I've been the taking care of the kid and the dog's person in all of this. So yeah. But yeah, Shayna was very good this week, very cooperative. But I had to come home tonight and do some laundry. So I would have even if I had the stamina for going another 2 days straight with this business, I couldn't because I needed clothes to close in order to continue. So I'll probably be back there tomorrow. If they let me stay home tomorrow, then I may do a stream. Tuesday, I'm out of here because I have to go out of town and get ready for my show tickets on Wednesday. And then I'll be back on Thursday in the area. But I probably won't be home until the weekend. I gotta do what they need me to do right now. Everyone's got a part to play as we deal with this issue. Now, the family member did have an $80 game in the board game box in the back of the back of his car at the time of the crash, and I can confirm, I can confirm that the game survived intact. All pieces accounted for, no damage. Only the box got some damage. And I know that's not important, but it's still, I was involved in buying that game, so, and I can't really afford to be throwing money in the trash, so that was a little bit of a bright spot. I know that's a little bit of a selfish thought. Sorry about that. This whole thing's been really hard on me. So I'm not going to talk about it too much. It's been really hard on the rest of our family members too. But we're all doing our part. We're all doing what we have to get by. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, so it had us build this section backwards. So let's rotate around to the front of the model. So first we have a 1x6 and a 1x2 that has to be put on the front here. And then there's we go into the tiles. We have our 1x4 tile here and our traditional city name tile that the architecture series uses. And then we're going to do some more tiling here. Yeah. Next few weeks are going to be really rough, but rough start to our summer. But on the upside, the guys and I are talking about doing a day trip to Philadelphia in August, so there's that to look forward to. There's a immersive, interactive experience opening up in Philadelphia in a couple weeks, so we want to go see that. And on the subject of experiences, there's also a Muppets traveling exhibit that opened up in a town near me as well. And that's going to be available till December, so we want to make arrangements to go see that as well. So now we're doing the tiling that usually comes with the base plate. Shayna actually let me sleep in this morning. I'm so thankful for that. I was barely functioning by last night. But yeah, I'm doing a little better now. Okay, I got the... Alright, that's ready to go. Alright, what am I doing? The water tiles. Every city has a couple of these. Or every of the city sets that we've done so far. Most of them, at least. We've only got like 60 pages of instructions left. And we haven't even started the structures left. That tells me that the structures are probably going to be simple and repetitive for this model. I'm okay with that. Easy is fun. Easy is good for today. Alright, what do I need next? I did those pieces. Now I need a plate. Oh, and that's not lined up. What's going on here? Oh, did I miss? I missed a plate there. Okay. Alright. The situation has been resolved, I think. No, there's still one more missing plate over here. That's what we needed to get in there. And then I need Alright, that's in. And now I have to do another section. So plates, wrong color for that piece. And then some modified plates. Alright. I don't have too much to talk about other than the family emergency, which I don't really want to talk about, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Alright, so the plates are in. Now I need tiles again. Alright, let's keep going. Yeah, like I've mentioned before, computer Legos is very therapeutic for me, so this is even though I've been streaming Legos almost exclusively lately, this is really the best thing I could have streamed for tonight, given how I'm feeling and everything going on. So now we're going to put this here, and then we got some more tiles to put in. 2 of these, and then 3 of these. And we're about to go into the first structure, so before I do that though, give me one moment to look something up. Alright, we're just going to take this one building at a time. So we're going to merge up the base and do a quick save here. Like I usually do on every set. Alright, we've saved. And which way is... okay. When it has me put this on, it is going to have me facing this base from backwards. So let me go ahead and turn my view around again. And now let's go ahead and get started with this first building. Based on the picture, I think this is the building that was identified in the educational pages as Big Red. I like how for internal pieces that are not going to be seen in the final model, they use a variety of colors, because it makes the parts palette for the set overall not as monotonous. Like those yellow and green pieces I just put on, they're about to be completely hidden. So yeah, we're just going on the skyscrapers and architecture tend to be a little bit of a repetitive build, which is fine. But right now I'm just focused on getting these put together. Yeah. Alright. I will admit this is going pretty quickly because this part isn't terribly tedious. I mean, it's tedious, but not like some of the other towers we've done. We're less than a half hour in still, so we're actually making good time on the model tonight. What? There's another section? Okay. Okay. So apparently what we're building now is called Big Red, and it's an iconic Chicago building, but apparently it's tiny by Chicago standards. Alright, so now I know sometimes when I have 2x bits, I'll do the copy paste, but this is very therapeutic for me, so I'm just gonna, unless something's really tedious, I'm just gonna put out I'm just gonna actually build most of this tonight. Even though I can save time with the 2x's, I don't really want to do that. I've only got about 60 pages of instructions left, so this model really is coming together relatively quickly. If I do end up having to go over tomorrow, I may or may not do a rare morning stream just for episode count purposes, but I did not line that up correctly. But no promises. If I end up streaming in the evening, I'll probably try and do a game stream because it's been a little while since I've actually done one of those. I mean, not counting introducing Shayna to Morrowind a couple weeks ago. Okay, so let's merge this up. And the next section, it looks like we build right onto the base. But we just did a merging, so let's do a saving as well. Okay, that looks like it's aligned correctly. So let's do a quick save and move on to the next bit. Alright, so for this step, we have this little Technic ball that we're supposed to put into the ground like this. This is for that spherical structure that I already forgot the name of. But because it's made of just one piece, I'm going to go ahead and merge it in when we do the tower that goes on this spot. So let's work on this tower now. Oh, goody! Transparent tiles. There's a lot on this particular tower. And you've heard me say it before, how difficult I find it to work with transparent tiles because they're so hard to see in the studio. But they render great. I'm not sure what structure this is quite yet. But this is the big one with all the windows. Alright, so now it has us put this space. So it looks like this tower, it's going to have us build directly onto the model. There we go. Okay, this is one section I am going to do the Control-C on, because this is a very repetitive step right here. And so now I'm just going to drag this onto the building. And I think I need one more layer. Okay, so that tower's going up. See how much time we saved by actually doing the Control-C for that one. So it looks like what I'm building right now. Let me reacquaint myself. So this is going to be the Willis Tower that we're building. And that little ball structure is called the Cloud Gate. Dallas has something similar, but Dallas doesn't have a set. So the big towers. Okay, now I totally messed myself up here. Alright, let's keep going now. I found my place. So this is Willis Tower we're working on. See what I mean about hard to see the transparent pieces, especially against similar colors? Oh, we get 3 more of these delights. And I think I'm actually going to merge the sculpture into the bridge instead of the tower, just because the bridge is so much tinier. And could use a few extra pieces in its merge. That, of course, means nothing. So this section will then get put on top of this section, like this. We'll do an overhead shot to select everything when the time comes. Okay, interesting step here. Yeah, this is coming together nicely. While from the title page I didn't find this model be quite as aesthetically pleasing as some of the other cities, I'm actually rather enjoying this build. In terms of technique, it's a little unusual, but not like some of the stuff we've seen on the series. I'm digging it. A nice, simple bit, at least simple for now, build to help me get my mind off the week. Okay. Alright, we are going to do the Control-C on this one. We get 5 of these. That go on top of the tower like this. Wow, that tower is big. But I don't think it's the biggest on the model. I think the other tower is a little bit bigger. And actually, there's less than 40 pages of instructions left. And we still have like 3 structures left to build, so I think those are going to be those might be relatively simple as well. This is an interesting design for a building, I will say that. Okay, so there's Willis Tower. And with a merge comes a save. And we move on to the next thing, which is the bridge. This one I am just going to build up. Even though I technically could do a Control-C, there's only 4 of them and it's a pretty simple structure, so less than a minute to put these 4 together, probably. I do want to try and do some more Star Wars Legos on the channel in the coming months as well. Okay. That's okay. So here's the road pieces for the bridge. And just like that, the bridge is done already. So let's put the bridges down a little bit. The display picture on the cover page had them down at slightly open like that. So I guess that's mid-raise. 30 pages of instructions left. Yeah, that's a good way to display it. So 30 pages of instructions. And now we're gonna, I think the Wrigley building is next, but first, let's merge up the bridge. We're not gonna save here, we just saved a few moments ago. How's our time? Oh, only 40 minutes in. We're making great time. Technically less than 40 minutes because of my splash screen time. So let's go ahead and start building the Wrigley building. Alright. Oh. This step has 2 of those. That could have been a disaster. Well, actually, not a bad disaster. Okay, let's keep going. Interesting use of brackets here. Brackets on brackets is always a fun time. So yeah, Chicago's coming together nicely. We're making great time on this model so far. And given I haven't streamed all week, and I'm probably not streaming for another week, depending on when we finish this one, I may actually throw in a bonus build, depending on how I feel and how long this one actually takes us to finish. But no promises on the bonus build, but it's a distinct possibility for tonight. Well, we're quickly running out of pieces here. Actually, it wants us to put it down this way. Does that even look like the picture? Sorry. I'm a little on the confusion side today. But yeah, it looks a bit like the picture. Yeah, from this. Yeah. It's an effective minimalization of the model of the building. So we'll merge this. We'll call it Wrigley. Okay, that's why we have the turntable at odd angles. Because we want it to... We need these. We need these to be a straight line. How do I achieve that? These are not precisely lined up, I don't think. That's a little better. Now, does it let us put this on? We're going to stick that piece right there. And then rotate this building around a little bit. Turn off collision so it lets us rotate the building. And we'll put that at the same angle as that. And pray for the best. There's still collision, but it's not visible from the front. So that's not actually going to be visible in the render. So we're fine. We got Wrigley building pretty much in place. We'll do a quick save, and we have one more tower left to build here. So now we're going to build the Hancock Tower. And it looks like we're starting with a yellow skeleton, none of which is going to be visible in the completed model. Okay. Okay. Wow, we're quickly running out of pieces and pages. So once this tower is the finale of the project. Let's make sure that this is the correct length. Yep. So we get one more of those. We attach that. And that goes onto the base of the model. Like that. Interesting. Now we're getting into, there's always one in every set, a building that uses extra unusual design techniques. You'll see what I mean in just a moment here. And since we've built this whole city so quickly, I'm just going to do this, even though there's a copy-paste here, or an opportunity for copy-paste. Oh, I took the wrong pieces. I'm not going to use the copy-paste. At least for right now. So this is the John Hancock Tower we're building right now. Okay, I forgot another piece. Let's get that out of the way a little bit. Okay, so there's a section of the building. It looks like I'm supposed to angle these out a little bit. $10 might even be a bit too much, but we will adjust it to match the picture and the instructions when I get this attached to the model. We are making collision with the top there. So maybe even that is not actually enough. Let's turn off collision and see at what degree it becomes doable. $15 maybe? It doesn't look like 15 from the picture, but We can always adjust later if the tower as a whole doesn't look right when we add the other stuff. We're definitely intersecting into Wrigley, so it's definitely more closed than that. Alright, what's not matching up here then? Oh, you know what the problem is? These bits aren't lined up correctly. There's always one step that I have trouble with in every model. So now let's uncollide with Wrigley. And we will return these. Alright. It looks closely like the picture. If it doesn't look quite correct, we'll adjust it later. But now let's get back on track. We're gonna need two. I have a feeling that this section of the tower is gonna take. Whoa! There's 48 of these grill pieces. Yeah, this might be a slightly repetitive bit, but we've already used 6 of them. Okay. We are quickly running out of pieces, so once we get past these repetitive bits and finish the tower, we'll be done with this model. And just like that, we've already used half of these grill pieces. So yeah, this is going together pretty efficiently. Alright, that goes there. That piece did not go on correctly. And then I just need these. And we will, even though they're single pieces, we will just use the copy paste for these guys, just so I don't have to keep reaching into the toolbox. We save a few seconds that way, even though it's negligible. just like that, all the grills are on. And these two chunks have to be added onto the front and back of the tower. Something's not right. I didn't extend those all the way clearly. Shoot. Okay, I've definitely done those side bits wrong. But let's get these on and hide these sections. Let's get this one onto this side and then hide it. And now let's work on these. Let me see what I did wrong on these tower bits. So we have that piece, we have that tile. I see where the issue is. It needs to extend down by these. And then it also needs to line up with that. So these are actually at the incorrect angle after all. Let's try a 3-degree angle. I think that's going to line up correctly. So let's do the same thing on this side. So yeah, I missed a whole page there. So now what I have to do is I have to come in here and grab these bits that anchor it into the clips in the floor. And we're still not at the correct angle, so let's try making that a 2. Okay, that clips in correctly. Let's adjust this angle down again. Bring in the clip. Anchor it to the ground. That all lines up. Looks like it lines up correctly. We've done these front and back panels. Instructions say to keep looking from the back. Let's bring the front and back panels back up. Looking good. And now we're going to build the top section of the tower. And we're really just about out of pieces this time. This time I mean it. Okay, this goes on top of the tower. Oh, I missed a step somewhere, it looks like. There we go. Hancock Towers together. What did I miss? Oh, these were meant to go onto the back of Wrigley. Further hiding that collision. Okay, let's merge up Hancock. Let's pose for the render, which of course I do after stream. Oh, and did I really finish this in about an hour? Okay, let's save it up. Let me see what's going on here. You know what, guys? How are we on time? 1 hour, 2 minutes. Considering I talked for a couple minutes at the beginning of stream and my splash screen loading time, it only took us an hour to build this. I think that might be our record for quickest architecture city set. So, considering that I haven't streamed for a week, probably be another week before I can stream again, let's do a bonus model tonight. So, Chicago is done. But let us take a short break while I decide what model I want to do here. Short break. Do I need a short break? I should probably grab a quick snack, but I'm not going to. No, let's just press through and move on to the next model. So let me see. What do I have here that's ready to go? We could do a 2-for-1 special and complete the American portion of the city's tour with San Francisco. Yeah, let's do that. We're doing a 2-for-1 tonight. Let's get ready to go into San Francisco. So let's do a quick save for the file. So that's 21043. And let me pull up my instructions. Let's come back to the browser. And here we go. I have the instructions up for San Francisco now. We have the iconic bridge and some other things. Oh, they even got that very famous Steep Hill neighborhood going here. All right. So San Francisco, probably one of California's. California has a lot of iconic cities, but San Francisco is probably one of the two most iconic, along with Los Angeles. Los Angeles doesn't have a city set, though. So let's see what we're going to build up here. Looks like we have 3 towers, the bridge. Looks like San Francisco's got a lot more going on than Chicago did. So we have California Street, which is that big blocky brown tower we're going to build there. The Painted Ladies neighborhood. Transamerica. Salesforce. Coit. Let me see, where's that in the model? That's probably this one right here in front. And then there's a... Alright, so there's also a fort, which will be, I guess, this section down here, or is that this section? I guess we'll find out as we build. And the bridge. No, that section over there was Alcatraz. We're getting Alcatraz as part of this set, too. Alright. This one does do bags. So we're going to use the bag method for saving on this one. 1, 2, and 3. So we're not going to merge individual structures. We'll just merge sections. So bag 1 is the base. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me switch back to the studio. All right. Alright. And let's get started with San Francisco. Starting, of course, with the iconic base that all the architecture sets use. So San Francisco is going to have a nice long base going on here. When sets do bags, it's easiest to just use that as the save point. When they have a bunch of sub-builds, sometimes it's easiest to use that. When a set doesn't do explicit bags, like Chicago didn't, then it's not always... then you gotta improvise with where you decide to place the saves. But when a set does bags, which most of the big sets do, then it's just a simple matter to just use the bags as convenient save points. And then these go into here like this, and this. And these go onto the bottom of the base like this. Oh, it looks like we got some more of these side printed plates that we used in Singapore a little while ago. Alright, the base is coming together nicely. And alright, let's do this. And yeah. Given that there's only one city remaining in the tour after this one, this is the only time during the tour that we're doing a 2-for-1 special. But man, that last city, there's a reason I saved the last city for final, and that's because it's such an iconic, beautiful city. And I'm really looking forward to doing it. This looks like it's a very involved base. Did I miss a piece somewhere? I did, didn't I? Yep, I missed a piece somewhere. That's quite all right. We'll get it put in right now. Now that all lines up correctly. Actually, no, I didn't miss a piece. I just didn't see correctly. Okay. That's okay. A double session of Legos is really good for the soul. We need a 1x6. And then there is a tile right there going on. Right there. And then we need these tiles. So now we're building the iconic smooth front edge of the base plate. And then this goes here. And we have to start putting in the water tiles. And for this set, because they're all facing the same way, I'm going to just go ahead and copy paste so I don't have to keep dragging back to the toolbox. Okay. So let's do this step. There's some plates. There's a single transparency plate right there. That's not the right color. That's the color. Like I said, it's a little difficult to see some of the transparencies in the studio. And all of a sudden I feel like I need to pee. I didn't need to when we transitioned just a couple minutes ago. So at the bag save, we're going to take a bio break. And then the set also has a bunch of tiles going on. See what I meant about hard to see what you're doing with these transparent pieces? But they render nicely. They render into beautiful water. So yeah, ultimately it doesn't really matter what the towers are called in this one, because this one uses the bag method. Alright, let's keep going. Now we have some plates going on. Alright. Tiling is one of the hardest steps of an architecture build because it has to be done so precisely. That's why I'm not talking much right now. Steps of an architect. Alright. So this one goes here, and then I have a plate that goes opposite that, here, and then I get some tiles here, and here, and then some of these tiles. And while we're at the tiles, we're going to come down here and grab the city name tile that all the cities have. We are building beautiful San Francisco right now. And then I need a slope piece right there. I think, yeah. We'll know in a minute if I place that correctly. And then I need a couple plates. So the 1x3 grays. There's supposed to be 2 of these in this step. And then the 1x6 yellow. And then there's some oranges. I have a feeling that these are all internal pieces that won't be visible in the final model, because the colors do not make sense to me right now. While we're in plates, we grab this one. And then we also have a couple round plates here. And some bricks. There's actually a nice assortment of bricks in this model. A lot of modern LEGO sets don't actually use standard brick styles anymore. There's like only a few of them in each model. But there's a nice selection in this one, it looks like. It looks like I was meant to put in one more of those. Like that. Yep, alright. Back to plates. We need, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have a 1x6. Here. And then we have this little clip piece. We're building a lot of foundational stuff right now, it looks like. Stuff that won't actually be visible in the final model. But here we go into a step with a lot of tiling in it. Let's go back to plates real quick and grab the one plate in this step. We use 9 of these in this step. Alright, that's going well, and then there should be one more in this step, which goes right there. And now let's go to regular tiles. I get 4 of these, so I go 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then I have this one, 2 of these, and then I get this one. And so that round of tiling is done. This is a sub build I can do right onto the model. It'd be interesting to see what this little setup is for. I think this is meant to be part of the bridge, though. Yeah, that filled in nicely. I think that's one of the bridge supports. And we just passed into just under 100 pages left of instructions for this model. We come back over here for this step. And then bricks. And we need this 2x3 to go right here. Back to plates. So it looks like we're building another of the hook pieces here to overlap the one that's there. So that's probably going to hold up some kind of building support. Interesting how those clips line up. We've seen that before on a few of the towers. And then we get a tile back here. And then we get a modified brick. On either side of the clips there. And then some more here. we got this piece, and then this piece, and then a 1x6 to go back here. And then I need this piece to go here, and this piece to go here. So yeah, not sure what's going on with this foundation, but we'll see what all this is about, I guess, in a little while, once we start building the stuff in. So we get this piece, and this one kind of hiding off the clips. I almost guarantee that's a piece of a tower's foundation. And instructions just went to bag 2. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take a very quick bio break, even though it doesn't look like much. But here you go, guys. Here's what the foundations of San Francisco look like. So let's take a quick break here. Alright, so bio break was a little bit longer than I usually do because I decided to get a snack as well. And now that I feel better, let's continue with the model. Longer than I usually. So, you may have noticed me fooling around the last moment or two. I just, I realized I had forgotten the merge and save for bag 1, so I went ahead and took care of that. And now let's get on to, and the picture for bag 2 looks like it's all these towers that are on top of the foundations we just built. So let's go ahead and start putting that together. So we're going to start here with some modified bricks. It looks like on this particular set, they're taking the on this particular set, it looks like they're doing the what's it called? What was I saying? It looks like they're taking the towers together, it looks like. But yeah, let's keep going. We still got a lot of the city left to build. Here's a little bit of a repetitive step. I'm going to do the thing on this one. And then this whole section will go on top of here like this. Alright, that's put up. Don't glitch out on me right now, please. And then let's put these tiles up. So we need a 1x10, and then a 1x3, and then another 1x10. And then a 1x4. And then this piece. And then some tiling going on. And this goes onto the back of the tower we just put the foundation of. And then we get some of these. And since I had to do a rotation, we're going to copy paste. And some for this side. And I'm not even bothering with what the towers are called because it's lumping them all together into one section, it looks like. Alright. So this bit goes on top like that. Interesting. And now I have to build the front section of this tower. Alright. Alright, that goes there. And then some tiling. And this section will go on the front of this tower that we're building. Okay. So this one's coming together nicely. So now we get this. We're working on this, which looks like the front section of yet a different tower that we're building up right now. So this section, it has us sticking right here like that. That appears to line up correctly. So, yeah, so glad I had that snack, because I was starting to feel a little hungry too. Okay, not sure what the tiling is for, seeing as it faces the inside, but let's go ahead and stick these two pieces on. This looks like more foundations for something else. And then let's come here and grab the two tiles it said to put on those. And now we need these. This one goes here. And then we need these clips here. Alright, this one goes here. There, and we need this one, which slides in right here. I've been thinking about possibly doing a custom original architecture set based on my local city, because there is some unique architecture in my city. But I would want to have some idea of pre-planning before I dove into that, because that would be a multi-hour stream trying to design and engineer something like that. So that's not a thing that's going to be anytime soon. I do want to do original creation streams, though. Okay. So now we get to bring in the rest of the building. Oh, good. We still have the curves. So yeah. For some reason, this book has us doing multiple of the structures together. Probably because of the way they have them all designed to be sticking out of the foundation. So that tower is now looking nice. And now we gotta put these bits on. And some tiles. And now we bring in the rest of these rounded corner tiles. Oh, and that makes that building look really nice. I like the contours of this building, what they've done here. Don't know what it is. Okay, so now we just got to come in here and put these two little curves up at the top of the tower. So there's one complete tower with no visible studs. Well, except for those two at the base, but almost no visible studs. So what's going on here? We've still got about 70 pages of instructions. We'll be doing this one for a while. It's going to take us longer than the other one did. I'm okay with that. I have no hard stop tonight. But I don't think I'll be adding on a third. I don't think I'll be making it a true marathon and adding a third set. I think we're going to save the finale for its own thing. Which we're going to do probably in the next couple weeks. Okay, that goes there. This one goes here, but it says it goes here. What exactly am I supposed to be doing with this? Oh. Did I miss a piece? I did miss a piece. Alright, we can easily fix that. Now that goes on correctly. Okay, interesting how they're stacking up all these little bits and stuff. This is an interesting design to the model that we haven't really seen done anything quite similar elsewhere in our architecture series. Okay, I see what needs to happen here. We get these two pieces and some hooks. Ah, yes, this is that odd-shaped building that we had seen in the pictures before. So let's go ahead and stick these onto the clips like this. Odd shape, but beautiful. And then this bit goes on like this. And then we come here and get these. And then these will just fold into the center portion to complete this tower. That is an interesting design. So it looks like we're doing 10-degree angles for this tower. Actually, let me open it up a bit, because otherwise it's going to intersect with the other. Let's try 8-degree angles. Oh, they're supposed to be touching. I can bring them a little closer, I think. Yeah, this is one architecture building that doesn't really work from the side. And they just lean against each other at the top like that. From the front, it captures that building's unique shape. From the side, it doesn't really work, which probably explains why they did this model the way they did with the towers all in a row like this. Alright. This one I am going to build off to the side. This sub-build, I mean. Because there's a lot going on in this one. We do get this printed tile. Oh, interesting. Those are the solar panel tiles used in some of the space sets. But here they're being used to represent windows. That's cool. We are moving swiftly through at a good pace. We're actually halfway through the instructions with this step. So this bit lines up here in front of these. Interesting. And another sub-build going on here. And we have these printed window bricks. And we need the tile. Interesting. And so this building goes onto these hooks here. Let's center that a little better because we are having some clipping with the, no pun intended, with the other structure, with the other bit in the middle there. Good enough. The clipping won't be noticeable once we put on all the stuff in front as well. You can see the print is only going up partially up the building. That must be because this bottom part is hidden behind things. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, this one I want to build off as well. It looks like this piece is going to be the beginnings of the Painted Ladies neighborhood. The beginnings of the Big Hill. If I had to wager a guess, that's what I think this might be. But I'm not 100% sure, but it makes sense based on where it's going to go on the model. So I think this is a bit of the foundation for that. Alright, let's keep going. And then we have to stick a bar. We have to take a bar, this bar piece, and stick that into the clips over here. So let me go ahead and hide that piece so I can line it up with the clips. We're gonna get it even lined up. I want to line it up flush, I think is what it intends here. Yep, no collision. So we have a little support bar sticking out of the ground there. And then we come here and we get another clip to support the bar. Let's do this. All right. And actually, let's hide this for this step as well. All right, and there's the top of the bar. And then we get here. Interesting. I think that bar, given the nature of the design of this building, which looks like it's a straight rectangular building, I think the whole purpose of that bar is just to give some structural integrity on the inside. I don't really see a reason for the bar to be there otherwise. And I guess also to secure the tower's attachment point to the foundation. Alright, let's get my pieces going here. Alright, so these go here, here, and here. And this whole bit goes onto the foundation like this. Alright. We do have a little bit of a 2x going on here, but it's a very simple 2x. So I'm going to go ahead and manual build both sides. This bit we will do just so I don't have to keep going to the toolbox. And then some basic tiles for these corner bits. And then these go on this side, same way I did those. Alright. So I've got a little bit of skyscraper downtown going on back there, which I think looks beautiful. None of the other architecture sets did it quite like this one did, so this was a nice little bit of unexpected design freshness. It's just about midnight here. We still got a while to go on San Francisco yet, but it's taking shape. This building has come together nicely. Alright. This looks like an involved step. Give me a moment. Okay, not sure what this bit is, but it is at an angle. And how does this even it's supposed to attach on that thing right there? Okay. I'm not sure how this is supposed to line up. This might take me a few moments to put together. That might be a 30-degree right there. Can't really tell from the picture. That stud, does that stud go there? And I don't have it angled correctly. So no, it looks like it's more of a 20-degree angle. And 20 is still not all the way correct. We're going to put this at 15 degrees. That clears the collision. Oh, you know what I think this is supposed to represent? I think those are supposed to represent a little bit of a highway ramp with some cars. That's the only thing I can think of that looks. It also covers up the front sections of the downtown towers to make kind of a little bit of a layered panoramic. I like what they're doing with this model. And with that, it's time to merge and go on to bag 3. So let's do a quick save here. Yeah, I'm going to have to sit through 2 renders tonight. That's going to be a little bit of a pain. Alright, so we're just over the 2-hour mark. And with about 45-ish pages of instructions left for bag 3. So bag 3, looks like from the picture, is going to be this painted ladies' neighborhood, the bridge, and Alcatraz. Let's go ahead and get right into it. And actually, one benefit of doing 2 cities tonight in a single stream is that the total number of episodes for the playlist, since there's 13 total cities, is actually going to be 12. And we avoid having unlucky 13 episodes in the series. I mean, I've never really been superstitious about 13, but I know some people are, so we're mindful towards those viewers. That's a little favor we did for them unintentionally. So these go here. Nice little grassy hillside to put the bridge against, it looks like. Okay, what's going on here? So this, it looks like, goes here. And then we have a bunch of wedge plates here to make up the shape of Alcatraz Island here. Alcatraz is such a famous, iconic prison. I think it might actually be the most famous prison in the world. While we're here looking at wedges, I need to grab this one. And then there's one tile piece I need to hit up. And some plates. Yeah. Alright, that goes together nicely. And then we come down here for a modified plate to put right there. And then we get a tile. And then two of these little slopes. And then we do, looks like we're building a little bit of a guard tower for Alcatraz. And then we get some more of these printed window pieces. Okay, so that's not a guard tower next to on Alcatraz Island. The instruction book says that's actually a lighthouse. And apparently it was the first lighthouse built on the west coast of the United States. That's a cool fact. Meanwhile, let's put the roof on. What's going on in this step? Yeah, I'd better build this one off. Or is this the lighthouse? I can't really tell. I can't really tell which of these Alcatraz... now that just looks like a pole of some kind. I think that might be the guard tower. I'm not really sure. No matter. It's something. Sorry if I don't get all the details right. It is getting late, and I'm not really familiar with this city. Alright. I will say I do believe this model is coming out really well. This is one of the more beautiful ones in my opinion. And unique in terms of how they did it. Alright. So with that, Alcatraz Island appears to be done. And now we move on to this next section, which until I place it, I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Because it's using both the red from the bridge and the green from the Painted Ladies neighborhood. So until I place it, I'm not exactly sure what this little section we're doing right now is. We are going to call stream after this model, though. It's not often we build two whole display style models in a single stream. In fact, this may be the first time. I know we've done two model streams before, but I don't think we've ever done two of the display style before in a single stream. Okay, I think this is meant to be a bridge foundation based on how it's being placed here. Okay, what's not lining up properly? Oh, that. Flush up against that building. Yep, everything is lined up correctly. We have two little holes in the water, where I'm guessing more of the bridge is going to go. Okay, so this is actually a little bit of that fort that was mentioned before. So the bridge, I guess, goes over the fort. Did I point that correctly? I did. Okay, let's put that back in place then. Okay, now it has me doing things over here. Alright. Yeah. That gray tile there suggests that that's supposed to be a little bit of highway. Which means this little bit here that I didn't know what it was for when we were doing bag 2, that may be part of the foundation for, yeah. I like how they did the downtown here. It's unique in terms of how they've done the architecture sets. And so the Painted Ladies neighborhood begins in this step. I'm just going to build it right on, even though it says to do it as a sub-build here. And this is where those side printed plates come in. Okay. That step is in. Well, my stream still says I'm building Chicago. I forgot to change it. Oh well. We're close enough to the end. I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I forgot to. Okay, so we've pretty much covered up that little support structure thing. So yeah, that's all that was, is a support structure. Okay, that's shaping up nicely. I will say, in real Legos, those 1x1 slopes are very hard to grip and work with. And now we're working on the next little section of houses, it looks like. I used an incorrect plate somewhere. That's what that piece is supposed to be. Okay, this all goes in here. Alright, so now we're building that little memorial tower we saw. I really like what they've done with this model. It really is unique compared how they did it compared with the other cities we've seen so far. And it looks like we're finally getting to the bridge now. Yeah, it looks like most of my parts box is the reds. It's time to build the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. Which, by the way, if I remember, for a while was kind of a big deal in Star Trek. Wasn't like Starfleet, the Starfleet Academy in San Francisco or something? I don't remember. It's been many years since I've really been into Star Trek. I mean, I still like Star Trek, but I'm more of a Star Wars person. You know that. There's an old Star Trek computer game I used to really enjoy, though, but I haven't been able to find it on Steam. If I can get access to that game, we will be streaming it. There was a game, it was kind of one of those real-time strategy games where you build a fleet, and you have to go on missions, and you could play as the Federation, the Romulans, the Klingons, or the Borg. And I remember the animations for building the ships was really fun to watch. It's called Star Trek Armada. If I can find access to that game someday, I'll probably do it on stream. It was such a fun game. Okay, yeah, it wants us to build this one from upside down for some reason. Okay, what the heck is going on here? Interesting. It's interesting how they're doing this section. I think that's how it goes. If I'm wrong, I can always fix it later. And what the heck? Alright, so this section, there's always one piece that falls off. Non-physical Lego. But building virtual Legos, there's always one piece that falls off when you bring sub-builds over to the main model like that. Yeah, it looks like the picture. So, yeah, that's coming along. We have about 20 pages left to build this bridge. Okay. Yeah. We're almost done with this model. All right. Okay, so that's the main bulk of the road, portion of the bridge. Yeah, that gap is supposed to be there because that's how it connects to the other section. Okay. So we just line it up so that that gap is over the other section and should line up into there. And everything lines up on the supports that were already in place. Okay, that little section is done. All right. So this section, this little bridge tower comes up now. And lines up with this little island. Okay. Are they supposed to not? Whatever. All right. Yeah, we're almost done here. We lost the scroll bar on our toolbox, which means we're almost out of pieces here. Okay, so the two bridge towers look like they're lined up. And then we get these two little tiles going on the front. Okay, excuse me a moment. Because for some reason, the instructions are not marked with hose lengths. So I'm guessing that's the 20. Alright, so we want to use the short one for this. We're going to turn on collision for this. We're working with flexible pieces, which you know I hate doing in the studio. But it's unavoidable for the bridge's iconic look, so... Okay. And And now if I twist this hose up and into the clip like this, it should settle into position. It's not perfectly straight. Yeah. So we need to pull. We actually need to pull. We need to pull them off, and they should rest against. Shoot. These hose bits are literally the rest of the model. And there's only like 3 of them. So I should be able to get them to cooperate without too much difficulty. And yet here we are. Maybe I'll have more flex if I pull the end down. Yeah, if I pull the cables away from the wall. But no, they still don't look like they're lining up correctly. You know what? It's just about good enough. It's not straight enough over here. But you know what? We're just going to leave it there. And we'll turn off collision for the render. Oh, you know what the problem is? You know why it's not looking right? The instructions are on the back side. Undo all that we just did with this section. Alright, the hose is straight again. And what we have to do is it actually goes over here on this side. So we stick that in there. And then there's always one step that I get wrong, so which means we're actually using the wrong hose here. We need this one, I think, for this side. And I need to So this I think we had at 20. So if we stick that in there. Alright, so this time we should be able to get the piece to line up correctly. But you know what? If that's the case, then the other hose should have lined up correctly. I was on it. Do you see that? And then for some reason it clicked off me. Alright, let's try that again. Alright. So in other words, I undid work that was already correct. Oh, it was at 30 degrees, wasn't it? Yeah, it makes more sense for it to have been at a 30 degree than a 20 degree. And now let's try... Let's try flexing this into this. I need to shape this more appropriately as well. It's not going to shape perfectly for the render, but I don't want to have a London Millennium Eye situation on something as iconic as the Golden Gate Bridge, so I'm going to take some time and try and line these up best I can so it doesn't look too terrible. Maybe it was at a 20. Collision is off, yeah. We still have nasty angling going on. Okay, that's as good as the angling's gonna be on that side. Yeah, I think I'd rather have that bit at the 30-degree angle. Yeah, so let's start this over. And we're just under the 3-hour mark now, so... We built Chicago in an hour, and it took us about 2 hours to do San Francisco, which tracks with model complexity, I think. Yeah, that's not straight at all. We want to have it in front of the bridge, like that. I like to raise up the point at which it angles out, though, because right now it's missing the iconic look. And this angle needs to be straight from this angle. Alright. Doesn't look great, but I hate working with these flexible bits. Man, now you see why I hate working with these flex bits. I keep talking about how much I dislike working with these. And I don't really see any other way they could have done this Golden Gate Bridge's iconic shape. Okay, as long as I can make this hose parallel and relatively straight, I'm just going to call it done, because I need to move on to the other two hose pieces. Let's wait for it to settle before I click off of it. But I really think this is going to be as good as it's going to be. But no, it's not, because we're actually not straight on the sides there. Tell you what we're going to do so I have a little more control. We're going to hide bag 2 so I can see around the towers and really see what's going on here. Okay, we're roughly parallel on that side, so as long as we can straighten up the angles here. And now we just gotta wait for it to settle. It's still settling. Well, it's taking its good old time settling. And it's not parallel anyway. From this axis, it needs to be parallel. You know what, we're just gonna, looks off, but we're just gonna have to leave it as is, I think, at this point. We've wasted too much time on this. That's gonna have to do. Now let's come over here, put this bar on, and do the one for this side. Now for this side, we just get the short hose going. Oh. And I'm gonna try not to worry about perfection here. We just gotta make it look good-ish. Knowing the limitations of working with hoses in the studio, I'm just going for good-ish on these hose bits. So from the front, we're not parallel. Let's settle this into parallel. This has all sorts of collision going on with the rest of the model. So what we got to do here is we got to take this piece and we got to grab the end tip. And we got to make the end tip point straight up so we can drag it into this clip up here. And now we gotta work on making that look a little more even. And now it's just a matter of flexing the bridge sections to make the hose even. And if we can line it up with the clip, that will help us. Alright, now that we're in the clip, let's try and even things out. Oof. That's totally not looking clean up here. And these are the clips on the front side of the model. Over here on this side, what's going on over here? That one's going to settle out as well. That one's mostly parallel. You know what? It's not perfect, but you won't be able to get perfection when working with hoses in the studio. Let's line it up parallel with the bars, and as long as it looks semi-okay. We're not looking for perfect on these hoses, we're looking for semi-okay. just so that the render won't look terrible. Because it's not like the Millennium Eye where it's not like I mean, this bridge is San Francisco, so we have to have it looking at least relatively okay. It's not perfect, but I think I'm going to say I'm satisfied with it the way it is right now. And with that, we're going to do the merge and save. And we're going to pose for the render. And with that, here's San Francisco. Here's the Chicago we built earlier. And you know what? San Francisco is a lot prettier of a model. And that's what you'll look at as we raid out. Even though I couldn't get the bridge perfect, it's good enough. Let's pick a raid. Let's see. 2 musicians on right now. Heavenly and John Lee. I'm not used to seeing Heavenly on this late at night, but we raid John Lee a lot, so let's raid Heavenly tonight. She's a good music show. I think you'll like her. Have a good night, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow, but more likely I'll see you next weekend. So, have a good night. Next weekend. Next weekend.
Let's see. Kyoto. Oh my god. Kyoto. They open Kyoto. They took the cords off. Yo, Uncle Evie, thank you for the raid. What's going on?